Mic check. Morning Masters Podcast. Your host, Main, of course. I got a special guest across from me. Before I introduce you and say who you are, let me kind of tell them where I know you from, all right? Okay. Just so I can set the precedent, right? Cool. So last year, before the end of the year ended, I was asked to help with Side Jules. She threw a poetry slam. Is that poetry slam, right?
That's right.
And I never been to one of those. I've been to Dope Spit plenty of times, and I've seen I've seen that movie with with Nia Long and Lorenz Tate. They do spoken word. It's Love Jones.
I've seen like 2 movies in my whole life, so.
But apparently I heard that doesn't matter. Love Jones is not a real thing.
Oh, okay.
That's just a love story that was just made up. Okay?
I'll take your word for it.
Same thing I said. Side Jules told me so. I'm gonna take her word for it. She's been doing it for a long time. And so I've been to a few poetry events where you have to snap to applaud and clap and all that stuff.
I thought that was just in the movies.
Yeah, we clapped that night. We didn't snap.
Right?
That's all good. You might follow the rules, right? And so when I went, I told people about it. I spoke about it, thinking aloud. I was really floored. I was highly impressed at the talent we had there. Just being in distance, like whether you in Columbia, Augusta, just the distance wise and the talent we had there. And I knew then I said I have to do something with some of these people this night because there's too much talent here, and it can only be one winner for tonight. Yeah. But to me, everybody damn near won. Yeah. You know. And so yeah, when I saw you there, I believe that night it was 2 people I added. It was you and there was the winner. And I added both of y'all, and I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them yet, but I have to watch what they've been doing. Yeah. So it's funny because on social media you kind of called me out. You was like, hey, why you laughing? Right? But really, I've been watching for a minute. I just trying to figure out a way, like, well, how can I interact with them so it don't look weird? Because I don't know if y'all know me from there. I was
you
just
can
in the
just
building, you know?
Comment on whatever. I'm not the type of person who takes it weird because of social media. So you know,
right.
Everyone's more accessible on social media.
Yeah, so that's kind of where I met you at, right? So first, I guess tell me your name and who you are. You know,
my name is Krystal Lawson. I just got married in December.
Congratulations!
Thank you. My previous name was Valentine.
You did win. You did win that month.
Period. My previous name was Valentine, so I'm a little bit bitter that my surname isn't as cool anymore. But yeah, I had a super eventful year last year. I got married in December, and then in February, I shot a baby out of my coochie cannon for the first time. So
what cannon?
My coochie cannon.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I became a mother.
I wanted to make sure I heard that correctly. Gotcha.
So I became a mother for the first time. I'm the mother of a 10-year-old. I'm also a poet, obviously. I'm a YouTuber, and I am a vessel for creativity. Okay,
so you said YouTuber. What'd you do on there? Like, I know just gamers.
This is gonna sound super, super, super dweeby, but I am a gamer on YouTube.
Okay.
I play all types of games in general, but on YouTube, my channel is just about the
like
Sims.
In life, or just me like YouTube? You play games
in life, yeah.
Like what game? Like mind games or like games?
No, like games, like PS5. Sure, yeah, I mean, I'm not toxic. I might look. I'm a Sagittarius, so you know I know we have a bad rap, but I personally am not toxic. Oh, you did?
Nah, talk to me about it. What happened? What's going on?
Sagittarius. Supposedly we have attitudes and we have what's it called? Commitment issues. But I'm not that type of Sagittarius.
I mean, apparently not. You know, because you committed. The Sagittarius thing. I got 2 daughters. They both Sag.
We're the best. When's their birthdays?
December 6th and December 14th.
My birthday's December 6th.
My oldest is December 6th.
We're twins.
That's what's up. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Night and day, yo. But yeah.
Oh, are we?
Nah, she's super light skinned. I'm not light skinned.
I thought you meant like personality wise.
No, I don't know because you mentioned the ASMR stuff and she listened to that too. So I
don't listen to it because I think it's a little weird, but I do understand if people find comfort in it.
I don't know what she got going on, but she likes it. So I try to support her in the best way possible. Yeah, so okay, you're a Sag. Needed to know that was definitely needed. For some reason, I don't know, it's gonna be needed, I guess, eventually. But so you game, okay. So I always talk to people and get like their background, just how they came up to do right. Because by the time this come out, they would have seen probably one of your pieces that you recorded already. Yeah. So talk to me about like where you from first before we get into where you from. What stat you claim, stuff like that.
Just kidding. Don't kill me. Born and raised in Augusta. I grew up in Harrisburg, and then we moved to the suburbs when I was like 11 or 12. and I went to A.R. Johnson for high school.
What made you go there?
A.R. Johnson?
Yeah.
So I originally wanted to be a pediatrician, but at A.R. Johnson, they did clinical rotations. So I actually got to do a stint working under a pediatrician, like shadowing them.
Mm-hmm.
It was gross. It was nasty. The kids had boogers. They were snotty, dirty. So I was like, this is not for me.
You just gave up.
I did. I was like, it's too much snot.
So
I can't.
You went there in hopes of being a
pediatrician. Mm-hmm.
But you found what there? Like what?
I found out it wasn't for me, but I've always had a passion for writing. So when I started college, I started as an English major instead of what I previously wanted to do, which was biology.
Okay. At what point in your life, like at what point, I know you say you write all your life,
mm-hmm.
did you start to write, like, I guess the poetry or spoken word? I don't know how you would.
Strangely enough, I don't consider myself a spoken word poet. Most of the work that I've written is designed to be read, like just with the reader and not like performed in front of an audience.
Mm-hmm.
But when I saw that Saw was having the competition, it had been so long since I had done anything poetry related in general or like in the community at large. So I was like, I'm gonna try. Like, I'm gonna throw myself out there and see what happens. And I guess, I didn't do terrible.
So normally I don't jump right into it, but I kind of do want to, because I feel like I want to get them to get the exciting parts. It's like, so when you was at the poetry slam, mm-hmm. you're telling me that up until that point you hadn't done anything. Mm-mm. Even a long time you hadn't done anything.
I had never done the last poetry slam I did was when I was in college. I think it was like 18 or 19. So that was my first time at the Dope Spit doing that as like an adult with like full-fledged creativity and mm-hmm. all that kind of stuff.
Okay. But you don't perform often.
I never perform.
Yeah, damn. Okay. So it's getting more interesting. So when I saw you there at the poetry slam, that was just you just coming out and seeing what you can do.
Yes.
That's crazy.
When you say it like that, it sounds ridiculous. But yes,
let me tell you why, right? So, cause I spoke about some people and you were one of them. I didn't know the name, which is, you don't have a stage name, right? So,
I don't, but we can brainstorm and come up with one.
I don't want to name you. You know what I'm saying? That's I don't know, but seeing you on, I had never seen you before.
Yeah. So
I already told you this, but I'm gonna tell you again.
Mm-hmm.
I know some of the people in the arts world, so some of them I have seen before. I'm like, all right, cool, Brother Trav,
mm-hmm.
All right, cool. I seen Bugsy Calhoun perform, not in person, but I've seen him a few times, his wife as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I'm watching, I'm floored. I'm like, damn, this is kind of dope. I'm kind of mad that I have to be a judge, because I feel like this is good media for me.
Yeah, that would have been hard for me to judge.
That would have been a great just film with no edits at all, like just filming it, you know. Yeah. But the first time, like I said, I don't know verbatim because it's been a minute, but the first time you come up, if I ain't mistaken, I can't remember anything you wore. I don't know if it was black, but you had a sweater on or something like that.
It was all black.
Okay, yeah, all black sweater. I was like, oh, okay, this is different.
Right. Wait, what did you expect me to wear?
I don't know what it's poetry. I don't know what y'all
I don't know what poets wear either, so I was just like, I'm gonna be comfy. People had button-ups with Kango hats.
Some people had...
I know.
Not nothing, but like just a black tee on. I don't know, sweatpants. I was just like,
I don't know what this is like, so I'm just gonna be comfy.
I guess you wear your art, right?
I guess.
Oh, as I'm watching, I'm like, all right, let's cause I don't know you for anything, right? Yeah. And the first time, like I said, you do this thing where like you don't connect with the crowd at first. You just kind of like you looking down. You know, I guess you getting right, like you jumping for double dutch or something like that. You kind of like, all right, 4,
I gotta gear up. I gotta take
and then
my
it's like
bean.
It stops and you just go.
Yeah,
you just went. No stuttering, no messing up. One take.
Yeah,
you go, and I'm like, damn. The first time I'm like, okay. This is all right, then traveling on women, like, all right, cool, and this is, you might have it, I see, Yeah. And then the second round you go, and I'm like, all right, where she come from? In my mind, this is serious. Yeah. I'm like, where she come from? Because every round, I don't know if you did it on purpose, but every round, like, felt like you got better, like you did a better piece.
Me feel good. That makes me feel good.
So I'm thinking it's all strategic to me. I'm like, okay, I get it. So it's round by round. Okay, you might make it this round, so you try to throw a better one this one. And mind you're going against some stiff competition.
Yes.
Bugsy wasn't playing with y'all.
He was awesome.
Trav, oh my God, he did his last one. He did. I thought, me personally, I thought deserved tens all across the board. I never saw him do art or do any kind of spoken word in that with that kind of explicit talking.
Same.
And it's another thing. These rounds were judged by not judged by. I'm sorry. These rounds were topic based as well. Maybe that's another thing I guess I didn't think about yet. Maybe certain topics is better from certain people. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool. So you go, and I think by the sudden death round, you had a sudden death round. It was 3 of y'all, all women. Mm-hmm. And by the sudden death round, I knew in my mind, no sound but bad as a judge. I said, the winner of the winner of this event is in this sudden death round. No defect to Bugsy. I just felt like whoever won this sudden death to me had won the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I was right. Granted, I was a judge. I'm not saying that, I was 10 because no, she really won for real.
Yeah.
She got better and better as time went on. She started singing. I'm like, why would you do that? Like, you already doing good. Why would you start singing and didn't have a beautiful voice? Like, that should have been like disqualified. I feel like that's not like we all just doing art. You don't be singing. Like, that was crazy.
She was amazing.
But with you, I was like, and then the sudden death round was like, it was so awkward because Sai just called you up there and then walked away, right?
I know. I was like, ew, I don't know what to do.
You still held your own. When she started singing, and I mean, like I said, her round was just, every round was just so polished, I think. Yeah. The only thing I say from a creative standpoint or what Trav told me, a constructive criticism standpoint was, because you were ready for sudden death, I think sudden death might have been the only round where I saw a little slip. It wasn't like, you didn't mess up, but the beat wasn't on beat. I wasn't prepared. Yeah. So that was it for me. I was like, okay, that's dope. But now, knowing what I know, you were telling me that you up against these veterans. To me, these are veterans that's there, and you hadn't performed in
never
ever.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot to me. Like right now, it's saying a lot to me right now. Like, you didn't perform. Even just now, if they haven't seen it, we filmed just now. You did a piece, did it in one take. I wish I could show somebody did it in one take, because when you say it, I feel like they don't believe it, but you did it in one take. You didn't say stop, pause, nothing. It was like, you good? All right, next room. Yeah. That was it. So I get that you haven't, I guess, performed that much. How do you get to that point where like you doing it like that? Like, if you're not performing, if you're not going to these events, I guess crafting it, how are you able to like perform the way you perform? I
think I just write what I feel. So it's easy for me to then like express what I feel because it's genuine to me. I always write about topics that I care about, which was also why the slam was kind of difficult for me. Not that those are topics that I don't care about, but they're not what I usually write about. Right. They're not what I usually write about. So I was also nervous because I was wondering, okay, what am I even going to write? But I think the performance aspect comes from me just writing material that makes me feel, and so it's easy to make the audience feel. So
I want to get back into this you a little bit, right? I know you said that you went to A.R. Johnson, stuff like that, but like, describe your upbringing to me. Like, I'm curious, like, what's your upbringing like because it has to be some way I can pinpoint where, like, okay, maybe it's how she was raised, and she was raised to just be prepared. I don't know, like, what was your upbringing like? You got brothers, sisters, mother, dad. Like, what's that like for you?
So I'm an only child, but I was raised with like a whole bunch of cousins, all in the same house. My family was extremely, 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 extremely religious. It was like a nunnery.
Okay.
Almost. So, yeah, I couldn't do anything as a kid. I couldn't wear sleeveless shirts.
Hey, that's funny. I couldn't my family was super religious. I couldn't do that as a kid. That's all it means, really.
Yeah, I couldn't. That's all it means. I couldn't. So yeah, that was. So I guess in a way, then I guess my upbringing was like super structured in that respect. So maybe that translates into my.
But did you do any kind of arts like growing up? Like when did you fully get into art? Like when you said, "Oh, y'all, I write. Oh, y'all, I do poetry." Like when was this? Like
I think I probably was writing poetry in the womb. I don't know how I got a pen and paper in there, but I was just in there
using the chords. Just writing on the walls. Gotcha.
Yeah, I started talking when I was 10 months old, like full sentences. So I think that I just have a talent for language. Like people have different like intelligences. Like some people are gifted in kinesthetic, some people are gifted in math, and I think mine is just language. So I've always been, for as long as I can remember, I've been writing.
Okay. Well, how do you approach writing? Like, I know you said that you just kind of write what you feel.
Normally I start with an experience that I need to make sense of, or that I need to work through. Or I start with like a line, like I might get a random line in my head. Like for the poem that I just performed in there, the very first line just randomly popped into my head when I was trying to think of what can I write for this topic, and from there I just kind of create the body of the poem. And yeah,
I want to talk about that if you don't mind. So
yeah,
poem is titled Voodoo. Why you title it that? Like, what was it? What was that?
Because the first line is "Black man, you're a voodoo doll with the heart torn out." So I wanted I was trying to think of a title that like encapsulates. Is that a word?
It's gonna be today.
Okay, encapsulates the feeling of the poem. I'm pretty sure that is a word. I'm gonna Google it when this is over with.
Hey, you went to Air Johnson. I'm gonna believe you. All right. Don't give me the tell you what's a word. What's not a word in here. But okay, can we visit that line though?
Yeah.
Like, so, black man, you're a voodoo doll with the heart torn out. Like, what does that mean?
So the poem, like the whole poem, is kind of trying to get across that people who are wounded wound other people, but that doesn't excuse them doing nut shit. So, like the statistics around domestic abuse, sexual assault, and black men perpetrating that against women are like insane. Like that shouldn't be happening, and there's no excuse. But a lot of times we as a community grow up in environments where we don't necessarily have the resources to deal with our trauma, and everybody has trauma no matter like what race, gender, whatever. So a lot of times trauma can present itself in your behavior as an adult.
But and so when you say the heart torn out, why a voodoo doll? Like what's the symbolic?
I don't know. It just popped into my head because I connected it to the push pins. So like the heart torn out is okay. You present as a heartless person and you're doing these behaviors that aren't necessarily justifiable. But, voodoo dolls are also being attacked or hurt or wounded themselves with the pins. Okay. So the heartlessness is like you wounding someone else, but the push pins are them being wounded.
Got you. That was beautiful way you explained it.
Thank you.
Clap it up for you real quick. That's dope. You explained it very well. That's dope. I wondered, like, I listened to it and then I liked what I heard, but sometimes it's deeper meaning, wanting to explain it type thing. So yeah man, I like that. So you ain't been doing it long, so it's really hard. Like, it's funny, like, because normally I ask people questions and say, I did this, I did that.
Yeah.
You really just jumped in there and just kind of like.
I really just
was good at
jumped off the diving board.
Do you plan on doing more events like that?
I want to, but I'm not really sure, like, where would I find events?
The same place. I mean, Solid Juice got it popping. You can always just do your own thing. I got a video for you coming out soon, so that'll help too. But I would definitely say just in Colombia is very heavy on that too.
Okay.
But I would. Did you connect with any of the people there, like any of the acts there?
Karen, I friended her on Facebook.
Karen is who won, right?
No, that was Vanessa.
Most
elevated deepness. I also friended her on Facebook.
Yeah, me too. I gotta get with her. Okay. I would definitely get with like Sa.
Oh, Emma, I was already friends with Sa.
Okay, Bugsy, because he throw his own things. Dorian Harris, who judged with me, he has he throw a mahogany event, Mahogany Lounge every year.
Okay.
I forgot who does it. I don't know. I don't want to misquote somebody, but Fish and Grits is a thing. Sa Jules had Life journal. I don't know what it's called. It's called, I don't know. I don't want to mess that thing up. It's called something. And she has another event. Aside from Dope Spit and all that stuff, she has another event. But or you could just continue to do more Dope Spits where you can probably headline one and stuff like that. But I guess my question is like, all right, you don't do it regular, so you just jumped out there and you happen to be able to be good and can recite your lines and things of that nature. How do you keep remembering these rhymes? How do you remember rhymes? How do you remember these poems? Remember these pieces? Because they're not short pieces.
They are not short, and I have mom brain, so.
But how do you remember them if you're not actively out there?
I just recite them over and over and over in my head. The pieces that I did at the slam, I didn't write them down. I still haven't written them down. They're just in my noggin. So like for today, since I knew I was gonna have to recite one of them, I was just in my car on the drive here practicing in my head. Okay, it's this part and then this part and then this part. It's just in my noggin.
Hey, look, man, that's phenomenal. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you.
You doing one take was wild to me because, like I said, you didn't have a short piece.
Yeah.
When I had Tarika on, who was she goes by Isolated Beauty.
Mm-hmm.
She did one piece as well. I seen her before, but she also does events here and there. You know, she's active.
Yeah.
You know, that's another person I would have you get with. Just people that's in that field. I don't know the field that way. I just know people that's in it.
Yeah.
And once you get in, you kind of can feel your way around and go from there. I know everybody always say it, but I'll tell you again, Karen Gordon, that's like, to me, that's like the gateway to anything you need. I don't care what it is. If it's housing, if it's freedom, she is the what's the lady name? Harriet Tubman to everything. If you ask me, you know what I'm saying? But she definitely is somebody you want to get with. Arts and Hearts is an event we do out here. Like it's a very I don't want to say artsy. That's that word sounds so Caucasianist.
Caucasian.
That's what I don't know. I said I made up my own words. I'm sorry. It must be not a. I ain't going. Anyway, but yeah, like when you think about Augusta, you think about. I know you got the James Brown. People like the Masters, so I always talk my thing more than the Masters because there's more to offer here than just the Masters. Half of us don't even care about it. We don't know. It's just a thing we know it's here. We don't know nothing about it. We couldn't tell you the history of it. We don't know. I mean, I can tell you right now the Masters sound kind of wild, but I'm pretty sure it's short for slaves.
I thought I was the only one who thought that.
Hey, man. I ain't gonna get into that. I don't know, but and then they buying people out, so I just feel like we doing it all over again, just in the new generation. Anyway, so when you think about Augusta, like but it's more people that we have that's in other forms of art.
Yeah.
People think you got the rap because rap is popping now, but one of the highest, I think all the most successful people from Augusta that do music are in like jazz, instruments, bands, writing. So we don't really recognize them because they're not, I guess, the face of whatever. Mm-hmm. But those are people going on tour, worldwide tours, coming back home, like looking like average citizen. You might see them in Kroger, but they up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the art is here. Yeah. So I'm just saying to say like it's a community of everything you need. Yeah. I would say frequent downtown, but I'll definitely try to link you with the Karen Gordon. The Kigs, it's people that can open the door for you and say, okay, let's see what you got.
Thank you so much. That's so nice.
And I mean, I'm a nice guy, but sometimes at the same time, I definitely I just like the art. I really do care about the art for the most part. And when I go to these events and I see artists like yourself who I've never seen, but when I get wild, I'm like, well, I built this platform for things like that. So I want to continue to do that. You know what I'm saying? I've done a lot of art stuff in the last couple of episodes, but the reason being because I feel like now that I done show people with more than mass, I done interview regular people, famous people, non-famous people, whatever. Now I want to get the talent out there, and get people, even if it's media training, whatever. This is a good stepping stone for that. And then you're going to do bigger and better platforms and stuff like that. I want to get people on that. But just back to you with the writing and stuff. Like, have you wrote anything new recently? What's your Do you even consider yourself to be an artist or a spoken artist? Like, what do you consider yourself to be at this point?
A poet, but loosely. The last time I wrote a poem other than for the slam was maybe 2019 or 2020 when I had COVID, and I wrote about my experience with COVID.
What makes you not want, not makes you not? Why don't you write more?
I think I just don't have time. Because I wear so many hats. Like, I'm a mom, I also work in corporate. So by the end of the day, I guess would be the only time when I would really write. But I'm in bed. Like, it's past my bedtime right now. So I just don't have the energy or the time, I guess.
I work in corporate America, and I definitely can agree that sometimes wearing so many hats, you be tired. Yeah. Luckily, I just talk, so I ain't got to have nothing written down. Y'all take a lot of aggression, take a lot of, you got to act it out sometimes. You got to really be the words you're saying. Yeah. I don't have to do that so much. You know, I can just laugh and joke and, you know, vent. Like I said, I might vent. But a lot of times I think aloud. I come from work and I do it. Those are the best ones because everything is fresh in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I took a phone call and you could see she was really she wasn't trying to F with me. She was like, yeah, I got it. And I'm like, all right, I'm trying to tell you what to do. That's my job. I get paid to tell you what to do. But, yeah, so I want to say, like, if I can give any advice, just try to make time for it if can.
Yeah.
But I think once you get out there and you get with those people in that field, I think you'll get the itch to want to do it. Because, like I said, I only seen you that one night on stage, but I just feel like even with you, like I ain't saying you take it seriously. You took it seriously, but I feel like think about this. You did what you did. You made it to where you made it with just some spur of the moment. I'm gonna just try it. Yeah. So imagine you put your foot into it for real. Like, all right, I'm gonna put this one. I'm gonna do this one. Yeah. Imagine you put strategy behind it or strategic behind it. I just feel like you would have won it. Me personally.
Thank you.
I just feel like that.
That means a lot.
But like, what can people expect from you? Like, just in that world, if anything. I know you game, so I know you still gotta give time to YouTube. Yeah. What else you do? You said YouTube. I know your mother. Spoken word.
That's about it.
That's about it. Okay. Well, yeah. Spoken word. We need more of that. We need more spoken word.
I'm gonna try. I really want to do more stuff with that.
Is there anything in particular like got any goals this year as far as with spoken word? Anything, just anything related to arts at all?
Yeah, I think I would love to do another, not even just a slam, but maybe just a show, like a poetry show where everyone just comes and performs their poetry. Right. I know that Dope Spit does open mic, so maybe I'll try to do one of those. But I would love, like, my ultimate goal would be to win a poetry slam this year, if there is another one.
So she said those were hard to put together because, of course, it's a venue, you know, but there's money on the line. You gotta get the right people, you know. Putting together an event is hard anyway in itself. But I like the way that event was set up, so I could see why it takes so long because you want to make sure everything was right, and everything was right that night.
It was very well organized.
Very, and she do a good job. Yeah, Sai doing a good job. No points for you. Don't get no extra points for winning.
That was not for cookie points. I was being genuine.
Nah, it's dope. But seriously, I think that getting with Sai, getting with the people in the arts world. Even if you don't perform, just going in and networking, you know, it's a good idea. The people know that you do art, but say that night you came, I didn't know you, but I'm not saying I'm anybody because I'm not nobody. I'm just
everybody is somebody. Right. You a child of God.
Oh, you know your parents, but you funny. That's funny to me, but my grandma would love to hear that. But you know. Did people in your circle, your people and your friends, whether it's Facebook and your community, do they know you even do this type of stuff?
My friends do, because I was a creative writing major in college, so I made a lot of friends in the creative writing track or course or whatever. So my friends do, but as far as like the community, I don't think anybody really knew me, and I didn't really know anyone else either except for Sa. So
when was the first time you ever performed something? Like the first time, where was it at? Where was it, and when and why?
It had to be the poetry slam that I did in college. Honestly, I mean, surprisingly, Trav was the judge.
And what college you went to?
AU.
Okay.
And I won that one, but I was like 18, so I don't think everybody was taking it seriously. I just did it because I was like, no, really.
No, you won fair and square. You're not gonna do that. You won.
No, really.
They should have took it seriously. That's not your fault. You won. All right. If Trav said, Trav, my guy. He's a cool guy. But
I don't even know if he remembers that. Actually, he might.
He's a guy. He do a lot of that stuff. He might even remember. But Travis is someone like he take that stuff serious. Like I just made a post the other day. I was jokingly, about artists getting robbed during interviews. Cause I feel like they don't get good interviews. They just go pay money or whatever. Yeah. And he went on the whole spiel about like, hey, so when you say good interview, are you saying good interview? Or I'm like, whoa, relax, like But my God, we spoke about it. But I say it to say like he take art seriously. So him even saying you won, like. He don't play around when it comes to that. Like he be dead serious. So if you say you won, you better take that because he ain't just saying that.
I got a certificate and everything.
But you see how stuff is full circle, like
right.
So you're telling me that you was in a poetry slam at 18 in college. Mm-hmm. Trav was somebody I feel like he's a veteran in that field, but definitely a top tier artist, spoken word, whatever you want to call it under. In in this is state alone.
Yeah.
And he judged something and said you won at 18.
Yeah.
And then you were in, and it's gonna sound full circle, it's gonna sound crazy, but you were in a contest with him later on, and you went a little further.
That was crazy.
So that's dope.
That was crazy.
That's full circle. Did you speak to him afterwards and say, "Yo, do you remember me from 2018?"
I didn't want to be weird because I didn't know if he remembered me or not.
That's
and
the
I also
dopest
was like,
feeling.
he might be a little pissed because he didn't make it.
Nah, Trav is he's a good sport. I do feel like in all honesty, I feel like when you in that field, when you in that arena, and when you in certain arenas, I will say that's the only thing, and I feel like because you're afforded like your demeanor now, you afford that demeanor because you're not necessarily 2 feet in that field.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with Trav or anybody that's 2 feet in, that is 2 feet in an arena,
yeah,
it's harder to accept certain things when
definitely.
you put a certain amount of work in.
Definitely.
Right? So even if he watched this, he might feel like what, like he might have felt like I should have did X, Y, Z. I should have won. I should have went further. Maybe, I don't know, right? But even if somebody like you come in and you saying, "Oh, I just kind of wanted to try it out," and you made it where you made it, it's like I'm pretty sure he like, okay, I gotta step my shit up. I gotta do something. He might not like thinking like it's because of you, but subconsciously he's like, damn, she ain't performing how long?
Yeah.
Because you was crisp up there. He was too. I'm just saying you was crisp up there. So I do think that things like that make you think and make you, subconsciously it sharpens iron. Iron sharpens iron. So all y'all up there like just being that. I ain't seen nothing like it. I watch battle rap. I love battle rap. I live and breathe battle rap. I listen to battle rap just on the way here. And that was up there with me. Like to me, I was like,
really?
Damn, who do you pick? So I was telling you off of this, like it was hard for me because like I feel like I was grading too high for people because we would have to. I can say how it went now because we speak about it now.
Yeah.
So somebody would go, like we would get our time to check off what they did.
Yeah.
Now, it was taking long for me. I don't know if I just can't read or what, but I felt like, I wanted to read every line to make sure that I was giving, I'm really judging for real.
So y'all had like a rubric?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you couldn't just get a 10.
Okay.
Like I thought you was a 10. I think she's 8 today. No.
Okay.
It was numbers and it was 0.5s and it was some
Can
things.
you say what the categories are? I'm curious. Do you remember?
So it was like stage presence, speech, whether you stuttered or something like that. It was staying on topic.
Okay.
Whether you engage, whether you had the audience attention.
Okay.
Your stage presence, whether you just stiff, you moved around, all that type of stuff. Like you got graded for that.
Uh-huh.
And certain things was graded more. So let's just say you did stutter, right? I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say you stutter, but let's say stuttering was only 0.5. You can get 9.5 just by stuttering, and you'll be fine. But it wasn't. I'm just giving you an example.
Yeah.
But let's say, for instance, something was 4 points, but you didn't do that well. You got a 6 now. Did everything else, you know what I'm saying? So that's how the grading was. Sai has the sheet, and I don't know if that's something she wants to go through because she may continue to use that same sheet for other ones. So I can't really, and I don't know. I feel like it's top secret stuff for some reason. I can't really, you know me, man. Agent Bradley. So I can't really get too deep into it.
Yeah.
And plus, when I spoke to her about, you're right. Like people might feel the way we lose, about not winning. I feel like everybody won that night. To me, I feel like if you got a chance to just show your talent and get your pieces off.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody messed up to where it was like, oh wow. Now it was one or two, like I said, I felt like, it wasn't as polished, but nobody messed up. Nobody went up there and was like, oh, let me start over.
Yeah.
Everybody came with that was your A game that day. It just happened to be, right? But yeah, that was it. Like, but it was dope to see all y'all go. But like I said, I had never seen you before. When you went up there, I'm like, all right, well, let's see what's going on. Like I said, the first time I thought you were gonna mess up because like I said, you do this thing in the beginning when you like you rocking, you just
I didn't even notice I was doing
and
that.
then you just went. I'm like, all right, she's messing any time now. Cause I felt like that was enough time to get right, and then damn, you didn't get right. You was right.
Thank you.
So you wait a couple. It might be 3 seconds. You might be like, okay, yeah, you just go.
Yeah.
And that's to me. I look at stuff like that, and I wish you can get extra points for stuff like that. Like how ready were they? Like too ready. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish you can get extra point, but that's not how it goes.
Yeah.
And but the connection part, the networking. What I do want to tell you with the networking part is, I do think that after an event, win or lose, always try to give it every artist if, like I said, I don't know if you gonna know if you remember you or not. I don't know. I don't think Trav was mad afterwards, but I definitely think that's a full circle event.
Yeah.
Or a full circle memory, whatever you want to call it, moment rather.
Yeah.
And that's something you should probably explore. I like that. I like the fact that he judged something that you was in, and later on. Cause I don't know if you, at the time he judged it, did you know who he was? Did you really know, like, oh, that's Trav? Did you know who that was?
Back then, they told us that he was the poet laureate for, I think it got
The poet what?
the poet laureate. It's like the big poetry person. I don't know how to explain it.
He the big homie, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah.
Trav the big homie. So
yeah.
I mean, I don't know what that word means. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't go to them big schools. I went to AU though, but I graduated too. They get happy for me, clap for me real quick. But hey man, it took me a minute, but I got out of there.
Okay.
But Trav is definitely, he's the guy. I watched him. Like I said, Trav is a guy who has some of his pieces. I don't think all pieces for everybody, obviously, because if you're not into pro-black stuff, you might not want to hear. You're not into progression, you might not want to hear. You might want to hear just that. I hate to call it nigga shit, but you might hear nigga shit. You might hear nonsense sometimes. Yeah. He's not a nonsense type of writer, or thinker for that matter. Everything with him is like, it's gonna be about progression, making it make sense. Symbolic stuff. Similarly, like after you're gonna compare and contrast things, and that type of art he made. But that is dope. Like just to know that now. So now knowing like, okay, well you won one years ago. Mm-hmm. You went far in this one, but you didn't do nothing between. Like that's crazy to me. Like it's people that show up. I've been to the dope spits, and I've seen when people had to restart about 4 or 5 times. Mind you, they used to come to every dope spit, so they not like new. They not unpolished. Yeah, they just can't get it right. Oh. So like I said, when I'm saying it to you, I'm not saying it to big you. I'm really saying that's a big deal. Like the fact you were able to go ahead and shoot, off the hip like that. That's a good idea. Now the more you write, I don't know how that works. Cause like I don't know if you write more, then maybe you have to remember more. How many poems you have? Like what's your catalog? Just 5, 6?
No, I have a lot. Okay. Maybe like probably like 20, 26-ish.
26-ish.
Somewhere in there.
Okay.
I've had written poems published before. In the Sand Hills magazine with AU. And then I had one in an anthology book with a company called Right Bloody Publishing. I had a poem published in that book. It was the one that I did in the sudden death round. Okay.
And like I said, I like the sudden death round. I don't know if it wasn't as positive the first two, but also I feel like sudden death has to be damn near perfect.
It does, and I feel like I didn't draw from an emotional place with that piece because I wasn't prepared. So I just like threw out what I had. If I could do it over again, I would come harder for the.
It was 3 of y'all. I can't think of I don't know Bugsy Cole's wife's name. I just can't remember. Winter Storm. Mm-hmm. She even had a slip up in there, and I was like, It was to the point where you had to really pick apart like who messes up a little bit, you know, like who ain't in it 100%. But Most Elevated was flawless. It was like I don't think she, no pun intended, she didn't miss a note. You know what I'm saying? So what's next for you? Like what you got coming up? What's in the works for you? Like what do you think this gonna take you far? Not the interview, but just to you putting that piece out and stuff like that. And do you want to do more?
I would love to network. If anyone wants to network with me, anyone in the arts community, anyone in the poetry community, if you have shows, if you have competitions, call me.
Got you. And hopefully, I hope that you're able to balance everything out with motherhood because. You had a son or a daughter?
A son.
How old is he now?
He's 10 months, but he'll be 11 months on the 24th.
Okay, so you got a birthday coming up, obviously. Mm-hmm. Good luck with that.
Thank you. We're going to the zoo.
Okay, dope. And just the balance of it, But yeah, I want to see more from you, and I'm pretty sure people that's watching want to see more from you.
Oh, thank you.
You seem to be a great soul. You are very upbeat.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
Right now, like I said, you're not 2 feet in yet. I don't know how that works. Once you end,
does it suck the life out of you?
You work in corporate America, right?
Yes.
All right. So, what's your position now? You got to what you do. What's your position now? What you do? What do you do?
I mean, this is gonna sound super fancy. I'm an executive business partner at a firm that does advertising for law firms and lawyers.
Okay. You love it? Like you love it?
I love it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's the best example to use then. But I'll say this: I don't know how the rooms look like where you at, right? But let's say where you at now. Like, say you wanted to get there, right? Mm-hmm. It didn't take a lot of work to get to that point. Like you never felt like I gotta really put a lot of work in to get where I need to go.
No, I have.
That's all it is. Cause once you're 2 feet in, like now everything is competition. Everything is like you know, and it's a dog eat dog. You know, I'm not saying the arts is like vicious, but in the arena, if you want to go for another executive spot, but some people in your field also want to too, and y'all over projects. Now nobody want to help nobody more. It's like, hey, I got to do my own project. I want you to mess up so I could, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and the same thing with arts. In any arena, I feel like, I don't give you an NBA. Niggas gonna pass the ball sometime. They got a contract year. I'm shooting. I want to, you know, I got to get a contract. You know what I'm saying? So it's all, that's all I'm saying. It's all like that. And I think sometimes that makes certain things not fun. Yeah. And when it's fun, it's fun. But I think when it gets business and that's your livelihood, that might be the difference too. Yeah. If you don't make it your livelihood, you probably always love it. Yeah. But once it's your livelihood, like you said, like you not winning, that's true. It probably didn't bother you. Whatever. Yeah. I'm going home, lay down, like I would if I won. You know. But somebody else not winning, probably like, all right, what the went wrong last night? Like, I did this. Yeah. I know I did that. That was flawless. Like they probably can't sleep because like that's their livelihood. That's what they love. So that's what I mean when I say that, like things like that. It can start to consume you when you really 2 feet in the art world. Yeah. Man. It's a lot of talent. So that's all, man. But yeah, man, it was dope talking to you. I think that like I said, you have a chance to really, you know, make your mark. Whether I don't care if it's just in Augusta, but in the arts world in general. Thank you. The way you put pieces together. Like I said, I know we're gonna hopefully we get back together and put another piece together. But I want to continue to do more of these with spoken word people. Well, not people, but the artists that make poetry, spoken word, whatever you want to call it. I don't care how you know, if you just call it rap on acapella rap, I don't care. But I want to do more of these because I like them pieces. But it gotta be certain people and certain pieces. Yeah. But like to me, you're not necessarily decorated, but because of what I saw, I felt like I wanted other people to see the same thing.
Thank you so much. So,
yeah, definitely. I appreciate you, man. Tell people where they can find you at, you know, where they can look you up at. You got any work, any YouTubers, any Miss Pac-Man games you want to show?
You can follow me on Instagram at Melanin Lux Babe. That's Lux with the E. So Melanin and then LUXE Babe. My YouTube is K Slays. I'm a gamer and a huge dweeb, so that might not be for everybody.
I did see that. That's what because you must have it on your Facebook page.
I do.
That's what it was.
Did you watch one of my videos?
No, it was games. So I didn't watch it. I was like,
you don't like games? You don't like video games?
I don't play games. I do like 2K every now and then, but I ain't played games since when I think that before 2018, probably 2017, 2018.
Why?
I'm old now. I don't know, man.
I'm old too.
I'm older than you probably.
No, you're not. How old are you?
32.
You're older than me by 1 year. I'm 31.
Oh, hey, man. I knew I had you. I knew I had you.
So what are your hobbies besides the podcast?
This, like playing my kids. I love playing my daughters. And I play basketball. Like I physically. Not like on a game, but I like to shoot and play basketball.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Real competitive, so yeah. Other than that, that's it really. But games, I mean, I played them coming up. I played them, but it's like even when I got a PS2 when I was younger, I was hyped that night, and that was it. I played it still, but it was like, oh, I got it, and that was just like that was it.
So did you get a PS3 and a PS4, or you just stopped at PS2?
Didn't I? I stopped at PS. My brother had a PS3. He had an Xbox 360, all that.
That is so strange. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say they stopped at PS4. He had PS4.
Like my brother had games. He's younger than me. He had games, but I would play his. But as far as me going to, I didn't really play the game.
So as a kid, you were playing basketball.
I was like, I'm not even from here. I'm from New York, so I played outside a lot in New York. So we had to play games like that. Okay. You play outside, and then you come home and watch.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I ain't really play. I mean, I don't want to say I played games, just not a lot of games. You know what I'm saying? Like my cousin and them play. I was not a gamer. My cousins, they all play games. Okay. I'm talking about even Sega Genesis blowing in a cartridge. That was me. That was me. I just wasn't. I get a headache after a while. I don't know. I just get a headache.
I do too, but that didn't used to be it. I think I'm just getting old. That's
watching my cousin play like Zelda and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why do you keep jumping over this? I don't like. I used to get frustrated just watching. I don't know what's going on. Like, okay. I don't know. I don't think I ever completed a game before. You know how people can win a game? Yeah. Like, you know how you. I don't know if I'm even saying the right verbiage. No, you win the game. Like the game is over. Like you did the journey. Like you won.
It or you finish it or whatever.
Never happened for me. I think the closest I had was PS2. I had a Harry Potter game. And I loved me some Harry Potter. I did love the game, man. It was one mission, I guess, I couldn't get over. That was a wrap. Grand Theft Auto, forget about it. I'm just walking around punching. I just walk around killing everybody.
I mean, that's what I would do too. But.
And then I did some missions. Once I get hard, oh no, that's it for me.
Yeah, I didn't do the missions either.
That's
I
it.
just want to.
I just want to ride around San Andreas.
Yeah.
Whatever this neighborhood is. I want to set trip, and that's it. Oh, that's it. Like any other thing, like that's it. Now, 2K, yeah, I can go through a season, win a championship game. You know, cool. But other than that, that's it. I ain't never played no games. I'll try eventually. I don't know. It's just it ain't for me. My mom play games like Miss Pac-Man. She'll play them. She could play all day in the arcade. When I was younger, be at Pizza Shop in New York, like you get the arcades and pizza shop, and she'll be there. No lie, I swear to God, 2 hours sometimes on the game. She won't lose. Like, ma, let's fucking go. It's time.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah, she was, she's young, so but yeah, shout out to my mom. But yeah, no games, man. So yeah, you got that out of me. I don't think I said that. I just didn't play games. But maybe I'll try now. I don't know. I'll tell you what. You put out some pieces this year. I'll go play some games.
Really?
I might.
Can I pick the game that you play?
Sure, why not? Now I ain't buying no system. I ain't gonna buy a whole new system now.
No.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have a console.
My brother he got something. We can figure out. I got friends that got systems. I can get the system, but I ain't just going to buy a PS5.
Do you like scary shit?
Like movies, yeah.
But would you play a scary video game?
I guess, yeah, whatever. Nah, I don't play the demonic stuff where
Oh no, no demons.
Jumanji or no? I don't.
No demons.
All right, cool. Man.
It's just a hard game.
All right, we'll see. But yeah, man, this was dope. Mortal Masters podcast. Give me your name one more time because you don't have a stage name. Krystal
Lawson.
Yeah, you gonna say the last name, man? It's new to you, I know.
Yeah.
All right, we out, man.